Hi guys, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess. Let me cover myself. And I'm here to redo the Energy Harvesting 101 because the sound was a little bit off. Yes, I'm wearing the same dress. Mind your business. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys were getting the maximum benefit from that. So I'm just going to redo it. And I have my notes here so we can get even deeper. And then I'll be answering some questions for some of you guys who who have been having this type of issue. So something that is gonna happen is I'm gonna have the video time stamped. So the beginning of the video and then the time in which we start the question and answer, we'll have it time stamped. So for those of you who just want to watch, I learn about energy harvesting, you can do that. For those of you who want to also listen to the questions that are being answered, you can also do that. Okay. Thank you, astronaut. It's in my nature to be generous. My Jupiter is in Leo. Hi everyone. So when we're talking about energy harvesting, I feel like this is something that we've only seen like in movies. We can only, imagine that this thing happens. In Harry Potter, they had something similar, which is where you drink a specific type of potion. You put somebody's hair or body part or something in it, and then you can actually take on you basically transform your whole entire appearance in DNA to look like that person, but it only lasts for a certain amount of time. That's how far their magic went, right? But we're in a point in time where I feel like this is important because a lot of y'all are experiencing this and you don't even know that you're experiencing it. And we're entering a point in time where because old Earth is done for, it's the deal has already been sealed, and a lot of people are looking for some type of energy in which to manifest, in which to survive. It's a subconscious desire to like keep their bloodline alive. It's survival. A lot of people are in heavy survival mode. So the energy harvesting is going to be at an all-time high right now, okay? Hi, Divine Soul. So the energy harvesting is going to be at an all-time high right now, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about what energy harvesting is, why people energy harvest, how it works, and what are some of the consequences. And then for those of you who like need some deeper help with this, I think I'm going to put it on my Patreon, or I'll just wait for the the Lightworker Academy to launch, okay? Because unfortunately, yes, I've tried to put more stuff on my Patreon to like kind of preserve the sacredness of the content and information, but karmics are still making their way over there as well. And I just feel like the time and energy and effort that needs to be put into this situation or this content, it's like it's not just a sitting. It's like I'm gonna have to go into detail here. Okay, so energy harvesting is literally the act of stripping an individual's energy field in order to utilize their energy for their own gain. What is energy harvesting? Energy harvesting can be done through our relationships via like sexuality, right? Usually the solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra and the root. Through other people utilizing your energy to manifest, like basically being like a mule for other people. It's like, think about like when you had school and you had the group projects and things like that, you would kind of be the one carrying the weight of the project. That's energy harvesting as well. Some people don't see it as that. Psychological games with narcissists to harvest your energy. Like people just coming to talk to you, talking, taking up all the space, and then you feel drained after. Dealing with narcissistic individuals who, set up different type of tactics like sociopaths in order to drain your energy, to trigger you, things like that. Have arguments, guilt trip, shame, all that type of stuff, like using psychological, spiritual and emotional type of tactics to drain your energy. A lot of the times we see this in the church with some of these wayward pastors. They play on your sense of duty or your sense of spirituality, like, if you don't tithe and if you don't give, then you're this and that, and the Most High is going to punish you. A lot of these different spiritualists, they do that. I see death around you and this and that is going to happen if you don't do this and that. That's a type of energy harvesting too, but it's a different type of energy. It's like for money, right? Which is also a type of currency. So when we're talking about energy, we're not talking about just like your energy. We're talking about your currency, your time and attention, your brain power, your willpower, your spiritual power. Okay. So those of you who, another way in which they do this type of energy harvesting, which is like the most common one that you guys made, like the most overt one, is through spell work. And what they basically do is first they try to create trauma in your life through first using spells Um, I'm gonna talk about that. Let me put that on my list. Because so do celebrities. So what they do is they basically set up a container in which to traumatize you. A lot of us sometimes we're prone to energy harvesting because we've gone through a lot of trauma in our childhoods, right? So it's compromised our energy field. So we're already kind of like a conduit for people wanting to energy harvest off of us, especially if you're an empath. They can smell your energy field, and if you're giving and you're loving and you're someone who can manifest, like you can make money easily, or you know how to build things, or you have good ideas, you're going to be a target for energy harvesting because people do not rob empty houses. So just remember that, right? So with the spell work, what they first do is, remember, you're already kind of compromised, right? Your energy field already has some trauma or debris or whatnot in it. So what it happens is this individual, they basically scan your energy field to sense any type of weak spots or anything like that. And then they basically set up different type of situations, or they conjure using spell work and gang stalking, right? They conjure certain different activities in your life in order to continue to weaken your energy field and weaken you to allow that conduit and that cord that they place between them and the individual, or them and their group, to grow even larger. Okay, so that whenever they're hungry, they want to manifest off you, all they have to do is like trigger you or send something your way, and then they have a feeding source a lot of the time. For those of you who know about copycat magic, this is like how copycat magic works. First, they set up the container and environment and the cord. They try to set up the cord, and then they try to do things to like mimic you and irritate you and things like that. Like whether it's plagiarizing you or trying to completely like look like you and take on your persona, the way you speak, the way you look. All of that is in preparation to try to take on your energy and your persona. That's literally why they're doing that. So that's how this works. So another way that this is going on, another reason why they also do this spell work is because this energy harvesting is, think about like celebrities and people who need the energy of other people to like keep on manifesting, right? So like for instance, that's why I tell people, like, you got to be careful who you subscribe to, even the type of music that you listen to, who you give your energy to, because not only are you tying yourself with their karma, especially if they've been tying in with dark forces, they're literally manifesting off of your energy. If they're not giving you anything that you can use to repurpose, like in your spirit, that right there is like a Six of Pentacles reverse. It's spiritual and energetic disenfranchisement. So you got to be careful who you're listening to, especially if they're not giving you any type of like uplifting messages or anything like that, or like real spiritual food, or real like edutainment or entertainment that can get you to the next level. It's, you're at a disadvantage. All right. So I think I told a story about this, and some people are like, why are you always talking about yourself? Because experience is the best teacher. So I had someone who came to me to get some spell work like cleared off of them, and she was telling me that basically she could not stop thinking about a certain guy who was like an entertainer, and that she was having dreams and all these different things. And she told me like it was like a K-pop star, and I immediately knew who the group was because I was seeing them. They've been getting very popular in the States, even amongst like groups that you would have never have thought, they would be popular amongst, right? And then I was like, oh, I know what they're doing. They've been using some type of vampire magic where they basically like embody the energy of a vampire, and they're able to harness energy by people who are always thinking about them and then love them, and then you're buying all their CDs, you're going to all their concerts, you're buying all their extendeds, you're watching all their videos, you get addicted and you get hooked, right? So now you're a conduit for this energy vampire to keep on feeding and building and manifesting. And then what do you get left with at the end of the day? So that's something that you have to think about. This is also what I'm talking about when you guys are looking for like spiritual teachers and things like that. Because a lot of these people are really energy vampires using spirituality to use your energy to manifest. Be careful, because if the food or whatever they're giving you is not like sustaining you spiritually, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Okay. So that's how a lot of this is working with like these celebrities and things like that. So just be mindful, because yeah, you're giving them your money, but you're also giving them your brain power, your spiritual power, all of that type of stuff. Okay. So, why do people energy harvest? Well, first, because they're mentally ill. A lot of the times, for your mind to even get into that, they already have the mind of thieves, because people who do energy harvesting, they're thieves, right? So they already probably come from a bloodline or legacy of people who stole, who disenfranchised other people, or who operated at a very low vibration that allowed them to think that they can do whatever they want to do. All right. They're just like someone, it's like basically like the way that I can see it is, when people are doing energy harvesting, they're trying to steal your energy signature, which is basically your identity, right? So imagine like if I go and I take your ID and I go to the bank and I start or I go start opening a whole bunch of credit cards and stuff like that, it's a scam, right? It's fraud. And eventually what ends up happening is you can get caught by the police and then you can go to jail, right? So people who practice this type of energy harvesting, and we're going to talk about some of the consequences, but they do get put in spiritual jail eventually. No, I've never ever seen anybody that practices that level of spell work, which is demonic magic, because you have to call on an entity that's going to be the conduit between you and that other person, because surely they didn't agree to the energy harvesting being done, right? So that's why you got to also be careful who you are sharing yourself with sexually. You got to be careful who you are breaking bread with, and you got to be careful when these karmics, they come around trying to trigger, start conflict and arguments, things like that, because they're trying to create a conduit between you and them. So in order to continue to energy harvest off of you, that's literally how it starts. I told you guys that somebody that I knew tried to put me in a death ritual, right? And it was about 30 to 40 people, and the ritual didn't, they were doing this for 3 years straight, and it didn't work because I wasn't courted to her at all. Because she wanted to create conflict and drama and chaos. It didn't work because I was never courted. You see? So there's that. So why do people do this? Like I said, because they're mentally ill. They try to suck your life force from you. Thank you, Astral. Because they are looking for an energy that they don't have. You have a certain type of manifestation power. You have a certain type of energy signature that they know can get them through doors that they cannot get in. So instead of them to try to become divine or just to accept their lot in life, they are basically, it's like when you're playing like a football game. It's like, you guys know how you guys like got quarterbacks and frontliners and things like that. Like I don't know how these sports go, but supposedly like the quarterback is like the star of the team. They want to be the quarterback. You're the quarterback, but they're not the quarterback. They're the people who are supposed to help the quarterback, right? But they don't know their rank. I always tell you that these karmics, they do not know their rank. That's why they do the things that they do. They don't understand ancestral karma. They don't understand Akashic records. So instead of them to just accept their lot and be like, you know what? Okay, I can't be like that person, but I can look up to them and I can try to become, a high vibrational being. I can try to, get into that type of energy signature by, doing my meditations and doing my clearing work and clearing karma. Instead, I'm just going to go steal their energy. That's literally the entire thought process. It's just like a thief taking something that doesn't belong to you. So they take your energy, like I said, one, to manifest, because they know that you have a manifestation power that they cannot access or harness because of generational trauma, because of the things that they did or they did not do. A lot of the times, these karmic individuals that go around energy harvesting, they forsake their divine energy by sleeping with certain people and doing things sexually that degrade themselves, by behaving in a certain manner and embodying the energy of sociopathy and narcissism. They lose their divine suit, right? And also by the reproduction, because when you have a child with a karmic individual, not all the time though, like let's say for instance, like there's some type of soul contract that needs to happen in order for the bloodline to be uplifted. There's like some type of contract, it's different, right? But a lot of the times when individuals knowingly, you willingly and you knowingly continue to have multiple children with karmic individuals after they've showed you who you are, after they've shown you who they are, that also turns into a problem too. So they lose their energy because people think that they can do whatever they want. Like, la 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 la. No, you're losing something, right? It's like when you were in class in high school or middle school, and it's time for us to take a test or something like that, and you're like, whatever, fuck it, I'm just gonna play around. La 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 la. Then the test comes and you fail because you didn't listen, you didn't study. That's what happens with a lot of these karmic individuals. They thought that they can just get away. They didn't know what they were losing. At the end of the day, though, they didn't know what they were losing by doing all the things that they were doing, right? So it's just like I was talking about on the live the other night. For a lot of these different masculines who are energy vampires, they go around, they wine and dine women, they get them all excited, they stir up the honey pot, drain the honey pot through the sexual energy because they're sex magicians. Then they go off and they run off, they ghost the person, ignore them, break their heart, cause trauma, and they feel like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go to the next one. There's no consequences because she said it was okay, right? Not understanding that you manipulated that individual to allow you to enter them, right? Then at the end of the day, when they're going through tower moments, when they're losing their job, when they're losing money, when they're dealing with karmic individuals that are making their life hell, that's when it starts to dawn on them, like, I am paying now for all the energy that I took. You will always pay. Because remember, energy is neither destroyed. It's energy is never, you can't destroy it, right? It's like that whole, I don't know what the quote is, like energy is not created nor destroyed. It returns back to source. So for those individuals who are stealing energy and trying to basically like cover yourselves, like, they say cover yourself in the blood of Jesus, cover themselves in your DNA and your blood, what they're basically doing is they're on borrowed time. because eventually they're going to have to give that energy back. And some of the times, the way that they took that energy, it's like it's in witchery, and then they call it the same door that the same way you entered is the same way that you're going to have to get out. So with them, the way that they took that energy, the same wicked, brutal way that they try to take your energy is the same wicked, brutal way that it will be taken from them. It's not going to be nice. No. Okay, well, you harvested this person's DNA, you did a blood ritual on this person, you tried to steal their solar plexus, you tried to switch soul contracts and do other type of things, tamper with their Akashic records. So we're just gonna repossess your car. Okay, or we're just gonna get you evicted. No. Sometimes the cost is literally death because you are tampering with the generational legacy of some other people. They don't understand that though. They don't think that it goes that far. And you have to understand this. In order for you to escape the rules of karma, because karma operates in time, you have to become a time lord. In order to become a time lord, you have to sacrifice millions and millions of souls, aka genocide and war. So if you are watching this and you've been doing energy harvesting and you're not ready for the consequences, right? And you're not ready to sacrifice a whole bunch of people to become a time lord and escape your karma, you should stop now, because you will be getting karma. You absolutely will. So a lot of the times, why they energy harvest is because they are attached to an entity that needs to feed, that needs to eat. This entity, depending on sometimes this entity is generational. It's like in their bloodline. It's like their whole family is just energy vampires. The entity needs to feed. That's why sometimes with these interracial relationships, I'm just going to say it again. Some of y'all don't believe it. Be careful who you tie up with. Either sides. Be careful. Okay. You saw Get Out. So, energy vampires. Because remember also too, when you are a melanated being, I'm just going to say it again, when you have high vibrational spiritual energy, or if you're a melanated being who is actually in their divinity, you are even more of a target, because it's like the entities, they scan a whole crowd of people and it's like ding, 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 your light is on. That's why I encourage you guys to do scatter frequency meditations and other type of things like that. Wear certain things on your body or whatnot to scatter your frequency in order to get rid of that. Yeah, I'm not just saying that if you're a person of color, that's going to happen to you. No, you heard what I said. If you are a high vibrational spiritual being, and also if you are a high vibrational melanated being, you will be attacked. It's not just everybody. So the stronger and more potent your energy, the better the better, because that powers up the ritual and the sacrifice. They're looking for pure bloods right now, right? So those of you who don't eat crazy, you don't eat bad, that's why you're being gang stalked, all you spiritual beings. That's why, because they can smell you. The vampires are here. They've descended. I want you to go read a book by Octavia Butler. It's called Fledgling, and it's about a girl called Shuri, and she was a genetically modified vampire. She was the first black vampire. She can be in the sun. Yes. So they tried to kill her, the Volturi, which was a very, very ancient vampire order. Go ahead and read that book and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. But it was funny because in that book, the vampires, they didn't just eat from people and then just go. No, whenever they ate from somebody's blood, which is, they call them their symbionts. Whenever they ate from the symbionts, what would happen is the symbiont would also become a part of them. So if the symbiont did not eat, then the vampire would die too. Do you see how it works? So those of you who are running around doing that energy harvesting and vampirism, and you think that it's just gonna, no, absolutely not. There's several levels to this shit. Be very careful. So let's keep going. Another reason why people energy harvesting is because they want to switch soul contracts. So for instance, a lot of the times, y'all are dealing with karmics who play with dark magic and shit like that. They're trying to switch the contract because they know how powerful a twin flame contract is. It can't be broken just by anybody. The twins themselves have to go through, there has to be certain type of actions facilitated. And that's how the contract is broken. So there are some things called the unforgivables. You know that there are certain actions that are unforgivable. Rape is unforgivable. Suicide magic, murder magic is unforgivable. Trapping somebody, attempting to kill your twin is unforgivable. Right? So what happens is these karmics will, of course, they try to create conflict between you and the twin and stuff like that to try to get y'all to break the contract. But then the karmic will literally go all out and try to kill you because she's like, okay, well, fuck. This person is going to be around. As long as they're around, there's a possibility that they're going to go into union because that's inevitably the end of the situation, right? The twins going into union. It always happens because it's like two magnets. People can get in between, but eventually the magnets are going to pull together, right? So I have to get this person. I have to make sure this person goes away. So fuck, I can't kill them because that's too hard. So let me switch the soul contract over to me and give them my karma. That's literally what these karmics are doing. That's how far they're going. And some of them have succeeded a little bit. But trust me, remember what I just said about the that book fledgling and the whole dynamic with the symbionts? As they are eating off of your energy, you have to stay alive for them to continue to live, for the contract to stay up. They can't just like take all your Akashic records and things like that and then think that they're gonna go deal with the Nubus and Ma'at, and Nubus and Ma'at can't see them. No, they're just running around with your face on them spiritually, but they're still getting their karma because in Ma'a and Anubis are like, oh, okay, you tried to switch this person's Akashic records, even though that you did not have the specific energy signature to carry out the plan, to carry out the mission. Okay, I see exactly what you're doing. You have about 7, 8 lifetimes of poverty, sickness, decay, degradation, embarrassment, etc. That's why I try to tell you guys, be careful what you do, because while they're in that psychosis, trying to do whatever and being in competition, because a lot of them are narcissists and they have no respect for the Most High, you are building generational karma for yourself. You are building generational sorrow for yourself. But remember, I told you, a prerequisite for them even being in that energy is coming from a lineage like that. So they're only just enacting what their ancestors did. Let's keep going here, you guys. Oh no, how can you gain weight? Protein, protein, protein. Um, so let's look at this. Now, how do they do this energy harvesting? I talked about that a little bit earlier, the different tactics, but it's through the chakra system. But first, they have to kind of create like tears through the aura. That's why if you do a lot of aura clearing and shielding, and if you wear protective stones on yourself, they cannot get into you. If you do a lot of cord cutting, usually you guys know that the only time the karmic's magic really works on you is when you're connected to the DM. If you're not connected, it doesn't work, right? So, and that's, or you have to be like a vibrational match or frequency to that energy harvesting. That's why I told you guys, like, that's why I was trying to tell you guys from the 5D perspective about the karmic and how they operate, so you can realize that you're dealing with an entity, an energetic force that is going to do whatever it can to try to trigger you and things like that. That's how they get in. That's why you got to protect and shield yourself. Someone said the astral realm. Yes, even in the dream state too, they try to come there and try to put tags and stuff like that in you there too. Shield your crown chakra. Break the spells that they put on your crown. Tektite is really good for that, right? Hi, Dollface. So, how do they do this? They do it through each of the different chakras, but mainly what I've seen is when it comes to like the soul contract with you and your twin, they try to do it from the heart and the crown. That's literally where they try to like break the cords between you and your twin and reinstall their cords, right? So it's like basically it's like imagine you standing in front of your twin, the karmic tries to like stand in front like of you, and then they try to like take the cords and put it in between you, them, and the twin. That's what they try to do. But that's why they create all the separation magic first, all the breakup spells, all the conflict spells. And for some of you guys, like a lot of you guys have emailed me and told me that your twin is trying to harm you as well. That's the magic from the karmic, because the karmic knows that the only way that they can that they can be with that the DM or something like that is if you die or if they energy harvest you. Yeah. So well, that's what they do. Then they try to take the cord, right? So they use whatever chakra. A lot of the times too, when let's say for instance, it's not like a karmic that's just trying to take a soul contract. It's other people trying to manifest off your energy, or an entity trying to feed. It's through the sacral chakra for sexual energy. So they get you riled up by sending like sex magic towards you to get you to be in that energy of like being like aroused or something like that. Then when you watch porn or when you have an orgasm or something like that, the energy goes to them. Or what they also try to do is they try to trigger you through conflict and things like that. Like I talked about the copycat magic and shit like that to get you upset and things like that. But it's like, it's just like, damn, you just look crazy. Like that doesn't make me mad. That doesn't make me upset. You just look crazy as fuck. Like that's what happens to me. You look crazy, and I just want you to get out of my energy. A lot of the times when they try to do crown chakra clear, crown chakra one is they try to put some type of helmet on you. I've seen them do this. That one is like really like major spells. It's like completely in the background. They use all type of rituals and spells and even sacrifices to try to do the crown chakra one, because that's like your connection to your ancestral lineage. Because remember, the crown chakra is a connection to the higher dimensions and higher chakras, right? So they try to like basically usurp you at like the head. And that's like the most severe type of karma. For that, I've literally seen people like die because of that. So you just got to be careful what you do and who you're trying to do it to. I'm talking, yeah, karmics, men and women. But you know, you see the type of audience that I'm talking to, so let's make it relevant, okay? So, with these crown chakra spells, what they do is, well, another thing that they also try to do as well is they try to harvest like your intellect and your brain power. They try to debilitate your Mercury, basically, is what they're trying to do, and your moon, in order for the energy to go over to them so they can have your brain power and your intellect and things like that. I tell you, like, that's why I try to tell you, these people who do this, they are very mentally ill. They already believe in fucked up ideologies and different type of religious practice, spiritual practices and whatnot that are of a demonic nature. And remember, I told you, they really believe that what they're reading in the book is true. Like, oh, I can draw a Leviathan cross on somebody, or I can draw this demon on somebody, or I can send this entity, and that's how I have their energy, and nothing will happen to me because they did A, B, C, and D. And then remember, mental illness is already a precursor for them even dealing with this type of stuff. They try to find ways to justify their behavior by making you look like a bad person. So they try to, oh, well, this person said that to me, or well, what they're saying sounds like what I'm saying. They copied me. Da 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 da. That's what they try to use to justify that, right? To justify what they're doing with their behavior. So I'm telling you, it's a sick, sad world. Now, what are some of the consequences for this energy harvesting? Loss is one, because remember, it's temporary. Remember I talked about that spell in Harry Potter where they take someone's DNA, or they take someone's like hair. It's usually their hair or a cup that they drink from, and they do the spell. Then they can drink the potion and become them for a few amount of hours or something like that. But then it wears off. It never lasts. That's why they have to keep on doing it and doing it. So it's like you guys have to also shield your energy from these people too, because they know when your energy is popping, because they're always stalking you. They're always scanning your energy field. They're always watching to get a source, especially if you're a high vibrational like generator source. Like some of us are energy generators. We can get other people hyped up and inspired and pumped up and things like that. They want your energy. They're always stalking. They're always watching. But again, remember, a lot of these people, they don't know whose ancestors they're dealing with, and they don't even know like the path that you have in life. So they feel like, well, I can just take it, and the mission will still be fulfilled because I can do it. Absolutely not, because you don't carry the same energy signature. Because if you did, bitch, you would have never even thought to do some sick ass shit like that in the first place. I'm telling you, mental illness is a precursor for these people doing the shit that they do. Right. Light tower, a lighthouse, right? So another thing is they get karma, of course. They experience loss or whatever. Because remember, in order for them to take your energy and have it in their field, they have something taken away from them too. They think that they can escape karma. The only people who are escaping karma are time lords. And when you become a time lord, you become an entity. You don't go through the same process of reincarnation like the rest of us do, where we have to go meet the council of elders, or we have to go to the karmic courts or the Akashic record library, and then we get like a new assignment to go back into earth. It's literally a spirit that hops from body to body to body, and usually the body that they have to enter is Hitler, Khmer Rouge, Stalin, George Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. You guys understand the flow now? That's how you become, that's the only way that you can escape karma. They think, well, it's because especially, I talked about this a lot, that there's a gang of people on YouTube who go ahead and they do this to other readers. First of all, they put glamour spells on themselves to get you to be attracted to their channel. And then, of course, like they keep on doing more spells on themselves to get you guys to give them money and pay for readings and do all these different things, right? That's energy harvesting, right? But then eventually they can't meet the demand. So as you guys continue to get more hungry, and you continue to ascend and look for, and you want more and more like deeper content and more fulfilling content, they can't deliver. So then they have to continue to go to extra means. This is where these sacrifices and these different entity rituals come in, where they try to enhance their intuition and gain more mystic knowledge and things like that, to gain more people to follow them and things like that, because it's not real. It didn't come from within. Because real people, real light workers, people who are truly ordained to do this work, they never have to do that type of bullshit, because it comes naturally. Because remember, some of you guys ask me like, how do you know the stuff that you know? Where did you get this information? I get a lot of this shit in the dream state. I get downloads in my meditation, etc. And then I go ahead and I confirm it with my cards, through talking with other people, etc., etc. Because it actually comes from within. Because a lot of you guys too, your DNA is set up. Your energy signature, your frequency is set up for you to be able to translate and bring this knowledge down. That's why a lot of the times, a lot of these mystic rites of passage, a lot of this information that we're even talking about the Egyptians and their spells and things like that, it was passed down through word of mouth, because certain people were never ordained to enter the temple. That's how we are here where we are now, with shit ass backwards. The high priestesses are going to karmics to get support and readings and upliftment, and then the karmics are claiming to be high priestesses and divine feminines. You guys see, it's all ass backwards because we lost the mystic rites of passage. We lost the fact that you guys have to actually go through a certain initiation, actually come from certain bloodlines and have done certain work. And when you've done certain things with yourself sexually, karmically, you reproduce with certain bloodlines, you are permanently disenfranchised. They don't understand that though. So in order for them to try to avoid that karma for what they've lost because of their own actions, they want to take your energy. I'm telling you guys, this is how the game goes. Yes. I get my downloads through pictures and you explain it clearly. Yeah. Yeah, many follow, few are chosen. Many follow. There are few who are actually chosen, y'all. So be careful. I told you there's going to be a rise, an epidemic of them rushing through, right? But not a lot of them are ordained, and you're going to start to see it. They're going to start to fall apart right before your eyes. Because all those different entities and deities that they tied up with to harvest your energy, steal your light, right? To play spiritual and to make money and stuff like that, they have no idea what they gave up. And a lot of the times when people who do this energy harvesting, when you see them in the astral plane, they look very much older than they actually do in real life because all the energy that they're calling down on, their physical body cannot withstand it. Their energetic signature cannot withstand it. There's something that you have to give up in order to gain that energy. Yes, absolutely. So just be mindful of that. A lot of the times these individuals because remember, some of this energy harvesting, this shit can get very intense. And because remember, they try to disenfranchise and take all the energy out of a chakra, right? So then what ends up happening, let's say for instance, they take all the energy out of my solar plexus. Then what happens is my heart chakra slumps down into my solar plexus. My solar plexus slumps down into my sacral chakra. My throat chakra slumps down into my heart and then down into my solar plexus chakra. You see that it collapses inside of itself. Some people can die like that, right? What ends up happening is these individuals who do this, they experience it the same. Whether it's not them directly, people around them will start to pass. I'm not going to say no names, but you guys have been seeing the tower moments that have been happening with people who are on here playing with that shit. That is not a fucking game. That is one of the most dishonorable things that you can do. Energy harvesting, suicide magic, death magic, and love spells, blood spells specifically, feeding someone else your blood to bind them. Those are the 4 most dishonorable things that you can do. On top of harming children, of course. We already know that, right? But with magic, that's what I'm talking about. Now, that is what we have for energy harvesting 101. We'll go deeper in the spell work class, but yeah, you know someone who messes with voodoo and you can see them transfigure because the entity that they called on to do that, it's an entity working through them now, right? Because now they split their consciousness into 2. Their light side has been put on the back burner and eaten up by that entity off the bat once they step into that energy, and now their dark side is just growing and taking over. So Glee cast that spell work on them. What do you think? Oh, damn. I can't even get into that. But the minute I saw that lady's eyes, I knew that there was something going on with her. Shapeshifters. Yeah. 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 So a lot of these individuals that do that, remember how I talked about, like, let's say, for instance, you do a credit card scam or something like that, theft, identity theft of someone in the 3D. What do you think is going to happen to you? You could end up eventually getting caught up in the justice system. What do you think happens in the spiritual world? It's the same exact thing. Identity theft. Same exact concept. You will go to spiritual jail. You will be dealt with severely. You are not a fucking Time Lord. None of y'all are ready for that work. Be careful too. Some people's ancestors, when they do that stuff to you, it activates a certain protective mechanism within your energy field and within your DNA. And in order to keep that protective mechanism up, make sure that you eat good. Make sure you're not having sex with certain people. Make sure you're doing your cleaning and all that, your clearing work and all that type of stuff. But what ends up happening is that person, remember I talked about in the symbiotes, that person that eat off of your energy, they take on the karma too. They get karma for that. So, okay, you want to come and steal from this person, you want to eat their energy. Now your ancestors are also in their energy field too. So when you're asking for your energy to be pulled back, or when you're asking for karma to come for that person, they have a direct line now. It goes both ways. You want to be a parasite, but the way my energy signature is set up, it's like, no. It's going to be flipped backwards. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, an ex of mine who has passed away has multiple personalities. That's another thing that ends up happening to them because they open themselves up to so many people that they've gang stalked and tried to a Virgo. Thank you. They've opened themselves up to so many different energies and entities and bloodlines. Right? It's like getting it's like when you get a DNA transfusion or like a blood transfusion, sometimes the body rejects it, right? Or when you get a transplant, sometimes your body rejects that. That is what ends up happening. You end up getting sick, or you end up picking up hella different personalities, or you end up having Kundalini syndrome. You end up having psychosis. You end up schizophrenic because you've opened yourself up to all kinds of ancient fucking magic and demons that you had no idea you were playing with, all in an effort for money and to be messy. There we are. So let's answer some questions. Oh my God, I've literally been forced to take a knee. You are so funny. Immoral acts. Yes. The unforgivables. There are some things called the unforgivables. Even in Harry Potter, the Dark Arts, they even had even Slytherin. They have their limits. Certain shit should not be open. Remember the story of Neferkapata. Certain information and knowledge and wisdom and certain spells and shit like that should not be accessed. It's a trick. It's a trap. Okay, you want to be dumb enough to come and do this type of bullshit? Okay, so when you enter that door and you think that you're entering into and you think you're going to be eating this person's energy, once you finish that plate, come ahead and see me, and then let's see what we're going to deal with next. Thank you, Bella. I love you too. Oh, I'm sorry, Cognitive Raven. Bye, and polyorgy. Stay out of them. And people who be sleeping with all different type of people, though, that I talked about that as a way to do energy harvesting. Be careful. Energy harvesting and energy transference. They steal codes. They steal jewels from your DNA and put that into their Akashic record so they can manifest off of your energy and don't even do this shit right, be using it for dark purposes and still get karma. What the fuck did you do that for? Okay, when we could have used this to uplift the planet and, change shit for millions and millions of people. That's why they always get karma. You see? Do you think people who refuse to apologize for anything are karmic? Yeah, of course they're karmic and they're narcissists. Because for them to apologize, they would have to admit that they're a narcissist and they did something wrong. You're welcome, Bree. Thank you for being here. What's the best way to cut a cord from a karmic cord cutting, banishing the whole nine? So, I'm gonna answer questions for about 10 minutes and then let's go. But for different people, oh, thank you guys. Vote for me for president. Shit, hell nah. For president of the spiritual family. You guys are so funny. I'd like to be one of many. We don't need one of them one person governments or rulerships anymore. We can have a cabinet of us. Some entities want a constant feed. Even if a karmic is done with them, the entity is not done. They feed on them. I said that in the video that I posted about 3 weeks ago about they are not protected. A lot of the entities that these karmics have called upon are shit that they have no fucking idea how to get rid of. And because they cannot feed this entity enough, because this entity requires a certain type of feeding, and there's few of the type of people that they can feed on. Because remember, a lot of people have descended. So they're like, okay, I'm done fucking harming this person and stealing energy from their chakra, or they blocked me out completely. What do we do next? Oh, you ain't got no food? Well, bitch, I'm gonna eat you since you called me down here. So what's up? Open up. I'm ready to eat. Pyra, email me. Yes, SM, email me. Is it possible for ancestors to turn on them and help the person they are trying to harm when they realize that the person they are harming have only been... Yeah, that's usually what happens. But you have to also remember, the ancestor court is already watching this shit go down, right? So as they're eating up your energy, the karma is already being written down in their Akashic records, because that's one of the highest crimes in the spiritual court. That alligator on your last reading. Stolbeck ain't playing. They don't have angels anymore. I'm telling you, when you act, that's why I put this on my Patreon. I'm gonna put this part 2. When you go into certain type of initiations or spells, you automatically lose your protection. You automatically lose angels. So that's why some of these people that are doing this and they're talking about, oh, my guides and my angels, those are demons sitting on their head. You automatically lose protection because you already automatically chosen the side of the dishonorable ones. Yeah, there is a connection with that. That's why, like, in parts of South Africa, like, with the HIV/AIDS epidemic was very powerful, heavy. They used to, like, defile children, and they thought that by doing that, they can get rid of the virus and just give it to the child. Yeah, it's some real, like, fucked up shit. I've had someone's higher self apologize. They always do, because they get their karma. Yep, Psychic Renegade Tarot, yep. Thank you, Sarah. I'm here to share light. Be light, love you all, send love to y'all. What about multiple people doing spell work? They're all getting karma. Ooh, is there a way to reverse it? That person has to do a lot of spiritual cleansing work. They have to like literally transform their DNA from the inside out. That's why them blood spells that those karmics do, and they're like, oh, this is the best. Ooh. When I say karma, ooh, because literally what they're doing is coding that person's DNA with the karmic's DNA. That's what they're doing. That's a serious ritual. There's a video that I put about karmic children, so you can go watch that. When the karmic eavesdrop, that's still the copycat spells that I was talking about. When the karmic eavesdrops on you. Your ancestors can protect you from energy harvesting. And that's why for some of you, it hasn't been as bad as it could be because your DNA is already protected. It's coded. But then remember, I said the way that you keep that protection up is by watching who you sleep with, continuing to do your ancestral healing practices, even watching what you eat. That does go into the strength of your DNA. Yeah, when you have a lot of different sexual partners, what you're doing is you're making yourself a receptacle for all different type of energies, like their ancestral energies, their past life karma, ancestral karma, and present life karma. Then what ends up happening is you can end up having split personalities because you have so many different spirits within your vessel. You know, that's why like back in the day they used to just put like women like because women are the receptacle, men they give off, so they don't hold energy as long as women do. For women, we can hold energy for as long as 7 years. Yeah, in our womb space. Even with clearing. Yeah, the karmic literally tries to become you. Yeah, that's the ritual. Hi Vegas, it's good to see you. Spiritual abuse hotline. Yeah, this is okay, that's what I'm doing. Spiritual abuse hotline. Hell yeah. Yes, the love in this room. We always put I'm Nigerian, Sue Paul. Should I consider myself African American black? I don't see myself no different. I've been battling a light in my sleep around when I go to sleep. I battle a lot because I wake up extremely tired. Yeah, you know what? You need to get some mullein, um, and get some mullein and clove tea to banish nightmares and shit like that. Can I read some tarot tonight? Oh, this girl pulled up your whole trying to fight. She's a fucking stupid. There's a there's a video that we posted astronaut about how to protect children. Yes. How can we use the Merkaba? Do the Merkaba meditation. You got to envision it being rebuilt and then envision it within a certain type of alchemical frequency, whether that be gold or ultraviolet, etc. Hmm. Siamese, that may come to pass. Thank you, Miss B. Yeah, this shit is very, very real. Positive vibes. I'm glad to do that. So, yeah, I love to spoil y'all with information and knowledge. Yeah, when they stalk you or watch you on social media, they're trying to take on your persona. They try to take on how you talk, how you walk, what you do, on top of the spells that they do. Yeah, like with the karmic in my situation, when I knew she was doing that energy harvesting ritual is because I kept on seeing her like in my intuition, like why is this bitch here, like in my energy like this? And I was like, oh, okay. She tried to kill me. That didn't work. So she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna switch the contract over by stealing her energy. It's disgusting, disgusting, and you're mentally ill for that shit. Wow. I'm sorry, Snapback. Hi, Cheryl. I'm happy you're here. Yeah. The whole copycat thing, I didn't know what was going on until it happened. Be careful with them. Be careful with them because jealousy can get you killed with these people. Whew. And Beauty was her name. Email me. Yes. Astrolopithecus. Give yourself all the self-love you need. That's the whole thing. The main way is to stay in your power, like, and not let them get you triggered and see it for what it is. Low vibrational demonic entity behavior. That's how you like, okay, I see what this is. And that's even with some of these celebrities and these readers, like, that's why you got to learn how to disconnect sometimes too. And don't be putting people on a pedestal and worshiping them. That's why I let you guys know what goes on in my life, and I try to, like, don't think that you can get sick with me or get levels with me, right? Like, but I try to, like, show you guys who I am, so that you know that I'm still a person. Yes, I'm a goddess, yes, but I'm still a human being in flesh, and I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and stuff like that, but you're never gonna see me doing no fucked up ass energy harvesting rituals. You're never gonna be seeing me putting fucking blood spells on people. You're not gonna be seeing me lying. You're not gonna be seeing me doing trifling ass shit. Period. Exactly. They want you to react. Don't even do it. They disintegrated. I'm telling you, the people that have energy harvested on me, when I see them in the dream state, they look 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They look like straight demons in the dream state. Yes. Because they have demons in them, specifically from the people that they slept with. Every person who's ever tried to do spell work on me, I'm just gonna say it, and you guys may not want to hear it. All of them, their pussy is turned off. And what does that mean? If you guys look into the human design, it will show you the different type of chakras and which ones they're connected to, which is really dope. My solar plexus, my sacral chakra is connected to my crown chakra, so my pussy is literally connected to my mind, right? So for a lot of women, we already have that connection. Like, our womb space is like our third. So we have our mind, then we have our heart, and then we have our guts, our stomach, which is another type of consciousness, because the your brain chemistry and your immune system is created in your stomach. Then you have your pussy, which is another mind. These karmics, they disenfranchise their pussy by who they sleep with, who they have children with. So they see you, you're running around, you're popping, you don't put your pussy all over the place, you still got your energy, and then they're like, I gotta have what she has. It's a very deep, dark energy that they embody. That's why you be careful who you sleep with. That's why all that sex work stuff, you gotta be careful with that stuff, y'all, because you can really pick up spiritual HIV, permanent disenfranchisement. That's why they be doing rituals to open themselves up. That supermodel, email me. Scatter frequency, Sarah. Banish them. Yeah, fight or flight. They love to eat off that your scent. They love the smell of anger, the smell of fear, things like that. That's why I don't give them no time. I don't even project my energy into it. Yep, Corinne. Yep, all the karmas they did work on you. They got spiritual STDs or physical ones. Not to say if you got herpes or something like that, or if you've ever had an STD, that's bad, because shit happens. But a lot of them are very loose with their sexual energy. They do whatever. And you can't change your DNA by sleeping with certain people or having children by certain people. Yes. Yes. Nicole, it's deep. Yeah, she sleeps with random men, married and all. She has a demon in her. It's done for her. And when she starts realizing what she's done and wants to, that friend of yours, she's gonna flip on you one day, because your energy is high vibrational, and your energy is gonna agitate those demons. Hi, Dollface. Thank you. Check my website, supermodel daisyozum.co. Yeah, if you haven't been sexually active for a few years, your yoni will cleanse yourself. But I will still encourage you to do that. Because I remember I was about to get married to this dude, and this was like 9 years ago. And I recently saw him. We still talk to each other every now and then on social media. But I recently saw him, and then I was like, that's why I've been having all those crazy ass fucking dreams, because I slept with you years ago. Okay, that's when I was like, okay, oh my god, I was so pissed. I was so pissed. I was like, so that's why I was having all those fucking dreams like that. Now I know. They truly underestimate the real meaning of clairvoyance. This is not something that you can take from me. You cannot just come and say, I'm going to do a ritual and steal something from someone's blood or DNA. No, you're only borrowing what's not yours. You're a thief. And you get marked as a thief in the spiritual realm. It gets put into your Akashic records. Nothing can stop that. And a lot of these people that do this, these witches and whatever, they're like, okay, why I've helped other people and I've done good to other people. You can do one thing that erases all the good karma that you've built up. One thing. You can work against one person and erase all the good karma your whole entire life. One person. Yes, it's possible. It's possible. Do karmic children bring you karma? Yeah, it can happen. The thing with karmic children is it's like it depends on your situation as well too, y'all. If you put that child on the right path, there's ways in which you think you can release that karma, right? But like it depends on your situation. Sometimes having the child is the karma, right? Should you cleanse and clear your vibrators? Yeah, that's a good idea. Or get one of those get the crystal yoni ones. I saw the obsidian one. I was like, oh, I want that one. It came to me years later that this ex karmic friend slept with my DM. Ooh, child. Abstinence and celibacy really does help. Banish that karmic. And Beauty, what's her name? Hi, Maggie Lou. Yes, that sounds like the faulty Freemason believes that donating to charity will make up for killing somebody. Yes, you guys. That's why they do so much community service. They can't be bad. They run nonprofits and things like that. They're trying to offset karma. That's the first part. That's the first understanding of becoming a Freemason. That's why they do so much community service and they get other people. Oh, you guys get so much. You get so many benefits, and all you do is just give back. No, you either got to get sexed in, or you got to kill somebody or sacrifice somebody, and then you give away money and shit like that. That's why I say be careful too who you get certain money from. All these different stars giving out money to nonprofits, like reject that shit. The children are baby kids. Whew. Some people they don't want to hear it, but you just got to keep it real. Thank you, Wesley. I try my hardest. You literally saw that all this 12 years ago. I be sitting like I just had a dream about this like 6 years ago. What the fuck? It's coming back now. Yeah, cognitive raven. Yeah, definitely needs to be handled by my aunt. Each case is different, so that's why I'm like, it depends on your case and the situation. That's why I even said in my karmic channeling, don't just think that just because you had a child with someone who's low vibrational, or they were crazy, or they were trifling towards you, that your child is karmic. Just wait, because both of my parents are karmics. But you see me, all my siblings are fucking karmics. I'm the only one who's not a karmic. Crazy, right? What can you do if people are attacking your child's soul sister? I posted a video about that. What can you do for your children? Read the thread, because people left some powerful comments in there, powerful tools and results. I was gang stalked when I was a kid too. I didn't even realize it. All on the playground. It was like a brother and sister. They were twins. They would hella get people, and they were popular, and because they had nice clothes, nice shoes, whatever. They would gang stalk me. They would make fun of me. All of their friends and them would bully me, the whole nine. And I was like, oh shit, I've been gang stalked since I was young. It was crazy. I don't know, Sue. The karmic turns her kids against the DM. I was gonna do a channeling about that, because a lot of these karmics are gonna be flipping on the DM. So fuck energy harvesting on her. I'm about to just ruin his life. Yeah, Jai, send it to me. Let me see. Cause that yep. I'm black sheep of the family. A lot of y'all are black sheep of your family. There's a reason why. Took two out at once. Oop. Wow, the kids lied in a court of law. Yeah, but they're gonna be getting, unfortunately, still karma, whether they did it when they were little. That's why I'm saying, even the stuff that I did when I was hella young, I'm like, damn, like that still got karma for that. Like even things are like eating hella much, it still impacted my body. I still got karma for that. Even when I was a kid, I didn't know what I was doing. You still get karma. I never understood the gain of point in gang stalking, because your mind is not low vibrational like that. Yeah, FR Melanin, email me. 333, yep. Yep, Jai, you can send it. Yeah, how men imitate women too. Okay. Oh my God. There is a new thing, because a lot of masculines have not been allowed to express their feminine side. A lot of masculines are now fully becoming polarized completely into the feminine side, right? And a lot of these masculines feel like in order to really be feminine, I think you guys know what exactly what I'm talking about, but you'll see they're distorted masculine mask femmes, and they embody the lowest vibrational aspect of femininity. Because if you see how they act, like no woman acts like that. Like it's like Nicki Minaj to the 20th power, like real fucked up energy. That's a distorted entity. Because you guys remember, some entities can take all over groups at a time. They can take over groups at a time, right? So there's that. They're trying to embody the feminine energy, but they don't have. It's like, does women have the XY or the double X chromosome? Let me see here. They're trying to eliminate. That's why they're creating artificial wombs and shit like that, and doing womb transplants. Yeah. So the XX is male and the woman is the XY. So they're trying to become the X. They're trying to eliminate the the XX. Okay, no, the females are double X and then the males are the XY. So they're trying to get rid of the XX and just keep the XY. Yeah, bullied and stuff like that. It was to weaken your energy and try to cause you to have a personality disorder. Stay who you are. Stay weird. Stay loud. Stay focused. At 10 years old, I'm telling you, shit is ridiculous. How can you find your exact lineage? Oh, that's so hard sometimes. The XY is the male chromosome and the XX is the female chromosome. But the individuals that embody the XY, they are confused. It's distorted XY. They're sorry, it's distorted XX. They're trying to become the XY by knocking one peg off of the XX, if you understand that. They're trying to turn the X, it's a double X, right? They're trying to turn one of the X's into a Y. And then they're trying to get rid of the real XY. There's a scatter frequency meditation that you can do in certain crystals and things like that too. There's certain tools that people sell. Check Etsy. Oh, Kina, my daughter told me that she was sent by God to help me. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. You got to protect her because your child's father seems like he's going to try to turn into a karmic. I did a past life regression. It was wild. Whew. I was like, okay. Okay. I see what's going on here. You can do that via Akashic Records meditation, okay? And cleaning your DNA. Because when you understand everything from a principle of energy, a lot of this shit just makes natural sense. That because so many people are so asleep and they're so desensitized to it, they're like, "What? Huh? How could that happen?" Like, yeah, like this shit is real. It's not. It's not rocket science. Oh, I'm sorry, Touch of Fairy. I'm sending you love. And I'm gonna talk about this. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna have to really get grounded. And I think this is gonna be like a private support group. I think it might just be a Zoom call for people who've dealt with like sexual abuse as children, or their children are currently going through that. Like you found out your children were hurt, because that in itself is a whole ritual, especially if it's by like one of their parents. Um, oh, that in itself is a whole ritual. So I'm gonna try to prepare myself to do that for you all. I do have an altar divine priestess. Ooh, what do you think about making your own crystals from alum? That's very interesting. And a lot of those crystals, they're made from like the combination of different like chemicals too. So and then they you grow them or whatnot. But I would just say I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't. Because when you go rock mining and stuff, that's how they usually do it. They grow crystals and like they'll dig a hole or something like that, and they put alum and different type of like other type of cellular salts and different type of chemicals in the periodic table of elements, and they make crystals. I got this actual crystal box from this science place that I went through, and thank you for saying that because I've been thinking about that lately of playing with that box. I'm gonna go look into that. You can actually Google look the different crystals at. Hi, Seraph. Yes, email me. So my email is info@daisyozum.co. If you need my email, just go to my website and go to the offerings page, and it's right there where you book sessions. So yeah, silly. I will definitely do that. Because it can create like a lifelong breakdown in your solar plexus chakra, you know? And then it's like hard for you to like really be decisive. You start having like personality disorders, not knowing who you are, and then it's hard for you to set boundaries with people and you're easily swayed by others. I live in Oakland. Something's gonna pop off in Oakland because of all these protests and shit like that, and this is where the resistance is. Karmic keeps on sending fake profiles. Delete that shit, block it. Oh my God, Didi, that should be killing me. Like when the masculine be trying to do sex magic on me, and then I see the karmic, like that be pissing me the fuck off. Banish him. Just keep on banishing, doing banishing, block spells, shield and clear your aura, do the ward off energy vampire spells. You can get EMF. Go start looking into EMF and wearing even certain talismans and things like that on yourself. Orgone can really help you. Yeah, get into your spiritual jewels, y'all. Block that shit. I know it does, but just email me anyways. I did that to filter people out. I'm gonna change it. Don't be mad at me. Thank you, Krista. Yeah, start your science experiment. Like I was saying, Nunu, there's a website you can go to and you can type in the name of the crystal. I think it's healing crystal, and then it'll actually give you like the chemical, like it'll be like CO2, PO, SA, like carbon, phosphate, sodium, or whatever, and then it'll tell you like how many of those elements, like how many of those like atoms are within the structure, so you can learn how to mix the whole shit up. And then you take that, and then what you do is you go onto like this other website, you paste it there, and then it tells you how much of the mixture that you need. I only know this because I took chemistry in college. I got a C in that class, so I'm not as smart as you guys think that I am. Um, but you can go on that website and you can do that. It's organic chemistry. So yes, that's some stuff to help you all. Features in a dream, I don't know. 3 times I experienced being stalked. Girl, try having attempted kidnappings. That shit is crazy as fuck. I was like, you people really think that? I think I'm obsessed. Clear your mind. Do salt baths, banishing. There could be some spell work going on too. What do feathers in a dream mean? Feathers represent purity. You have to Google that. Google it. You can find that out. What do feathers mean? And then the color of the feathers. Go on Etsy. I be studying, but I get distracted. You're so funny. Of the karmic, if I'm not on social media, how does she stalk you? By thank you, Nicole. She stalks you by doing these type of spell work, this mind control magic using the like they get this doll, this skull. I talked about this. They get the skull, then they I'm just gonna stop right there. How can I cleanse my girlfriend from past lovers? She has to do it. She needs to cleanse her womb. She needs to cleanse her energy. She needs to do the rituals, steams, saunas, things like that. Sweat it out her body, all that. I do salt baths. It ain't helping. You got to put your herbs and stuff like that too. Your crystals and your oils. You need to do your candle work. Drink your teas. SM, send it to me again because a couple of people's emails I got lost. So just please email that to me again, okay? Aw, I named my dog Daisy years ago. People all when they're like, "Oh, my dog's name was Daisy." I be feeling some type of way, but I'm like, whatever. Egg cleansing is good too. Yes, 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 yes. when you cry out of the blue when you're not sad, sometimes you just get those overwhelming like bolts of just to cry and things like that. Just let it out. It's all good. Nothing wrong with it. Right. A solid C with retaining information is better than an A and a B and not remembering anything. When I started doing candle magic, my life changed. I'm telling you, yo. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm telling you, man. These karmics have no idea. What do you call that, Daisy? It's called astral projection, I think. Had a good cry today. Oh, yeah. Good. There's nothing wrong with crying, you guys, because yeah, we're going through real shit. We're human beings. And it's like your body's also, it's also your body's way of detoxing too. Heart chakra opening, yep, that too. I'm drinking for locals. Girl, no, no, Bella, don't. Don't do that. Daisy, you have answered my question. It's okay. Queen Ree? Oh, I didn't see it. Please post it again. Oh, that's okay if you cry. Like there's nothing wrong with that. If your energy gets amplified and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's very human. I don't know. There's a cancer. It's a cancer in me. I love to cry. You know, water signs. And we be listening to music that just puts it even more in that. It's healing, exactly. Look, Ancestry Test. Yes, I did get my ancestry done, but it's so complicated because all those companies are like tied in with the government and they want to sell your DNA. But I did hear that there's ways in which you can actually request your DNA back. Like after you get your results and stuff like that, wipe it from the system, like some privacy laws. Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, but no more Snow White, no more drinking either, because that's gonna fuck up your spiritual development, Miss Bella. That's how the karmics are attacking you. That's magic. When you want to drink a lot or you want to use powder, you want to smoke hella weed or something like that, that's magic. Because that's how the entities get into you. What are some of the obvious signs someone's put magic on you? Go watch that video that I posted, Magic and Mental Health. There's all the signs are in there. I cry in every movie. I'm telling you. I started watching Moana. I started crying the first 5 minutes. I just immediately started crying. What makes your energy start resonating with karmic behavior? By becoming in a low vibrational frequency, by not doing your healing work, eating certain foods, being around certain people, drinking a lot, smoking a lot, all of that. That's what I'm saying. But you call yourself not liking me, but you're in my energy. Like you're using me for a harvesting ritual. Like some bitch want to call herself trying to ruin my reputation, telling hella lies about me, trying to make it seem like I was a fake and a phony. Whole time bitch was using me for a money harvesting ritual. So bitch, which one is it? Because obviously you're confused. After you got rid of him, spiritual war began. Yeah, because that's what happens when you detach from narcissists. They try to kill you. Keep detaching. If you keep smelling something that smells like dead people, ooh, there's an entity around you. I stopped drinking, but I'm still smoking. Alicia, I don't do past life regressions. I think I already do that in the readings. I didn't know that it was past life regressions. I channeled someone's whole fucking ancestry bloodline the other day. I was like, damn, this shit is deep. Damn. Okay, I need to do a video about cannabis. Yes, Bella, don't worry, you'll make it. You just got to keep staying with us. It's hard. It's hard. I know. It's hard sometimes, especially when you're being attacked and things like that. And there's so much going on and you just like want your body to stop like and you want to just come down to earth. I get that. I do. I don't drink, smoke, or have sex. That's too much restriction. I'm telling you. It's hard. But honestly, like even with certain, even because I will stop drinking. Like I was never a big drinker. It was the problems for me were eating and then smoking. And then sex was an issue like years ago. But I stopped drinking, I stopped having sex, and then I stopped smoking and eating for hella years. And then I moved back to my mom's house, and then I like this was like 4 years ago, I think. I lived there for a hot minute, and that's when it just started. And I got my ass up out of there, and it stopped again. You know, But yeah, you got to just cut back on the smoking. You got to because it does amplify the magic that's being done in the low vibrational energies. I have to stop drinking. I feel you guys. It's hard sometimes. And overspending. Yep, shopping too, man. Because I love me a cute outfit, and I love me a sale. I love me a damn sale. I'm telling you now. But that's also a part. That's also a symptom of the energy harvesting too, because you'll start to try to compensate in other ways. Solar plexus energy. Yeah, but weed does make you murky. Yeah, Sarah said it. Yeah, it does make you murky, guys. It does make you cloudy. Like I'm so happy I stopped smoking because everything is so much more clear. Like, and then like I'm just gonna do a whole video on it for you guys. Okay, how to stop drinking, how to stop smoking, because it is chemical. You change your liver and you change the enzymes in your stomach. All of that, we'll start to crave it. So I'm gonna help you guys. Like, to do that. It's hard. I used to go to 12 step. Yeah, it got that bad. I even used to go to 12 step, you guys, because I just needed to get myself together. So, and that really did help me. I stopped going because it was, even the people in there were messy as fuck and it was weird, but I got help from it. Smoking brings out yes, but it's like how much, and that's why I stopped smoking, because when I stopped smoking and then I went in again, and how I was having so much like spiritual downloads and all the insight I was getting, I was like, whoa, I can't do this every day. Hell no, I can't do this every day. Now I see why people don't do this all the time. Tobacco used to be used in ceremony too. And we smoke tobacco, people smoke tobacco every day, and cigarettes. Yes, some people say we help them smoke into sperm more. Yes, but if you can't do that naturally, then that's always going to be a crutch, and that's what these karmics do. Is spurt. They use initiation rituals, all those type of things, psychedelics to tap in. Just be careful. You build an authentic relationship. It's called harm reduction. Start weeding yourself off little by little. Maybe you want to stop doing. I'm telling you right now, if you smoke blunts, yeah, this pungent smell is a demon sent your way. Exactly. That's a demon. If you always smell something around you, like a scent that you can't put your hand on, that's a demon. There's a scent that I always used to smell, and I thought it was like oatmeal or something, and I used to smell this scent, and I would smell it like when I'm around danger. And that's why I was like, oh shit, it's a warning. You're welcome, Tootie Bug. I'm happy you guys are here. I smoke on the weekend. You're so funny. Oh man, I need my weed. Grow your own weed. If you're not doing organic weed, you're fucking yourself over. Treat yourself wisely. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I put some brandy on my altar for the ancestors, and they're like, no, save a little bit for yourself and drink. And I was like, okay. And then I went to do my meditation. My ancestors, I was like, are you guys sure? They're like, yes, a part of this ritual. Yes. I was doing like a ceremony for myself. But I don't drink like that. I got bottles of wine all on my ancestor altar and stuff like that. I don't drink like that. That's divine protection. Yep. Like a demon will come in and take over. That's so funny. Dispensary handled by others' energy. Yep. And they put all their energy in the weed. People trimming the weed, putting all that in there. So blunts, backwoods, all those tobacco papers, it makes you addicted to the tobacco. A lot of the times people are like, I need to smoke, I need to smoke. It's not even the weed, it's the tobacco. Do papers and watch how different your high is. And then do not do this. Oh, I don't have a lighter right here to show you. Where's my lighter at? Okay. Don't do this. Don't get the lighter and then put it up to the smoke. I'm gonna use my Palo Santo. Don't get the lighter, put it up, and then don't do that, because you're just inhaling the butane, and that goes straight to your brain, and that's fucking you up. Get those, like they sell those little wicks, those little sticks, and you light the stick, and it stays on fire, and then you light the joint. That's what you do. Yeah, that's why. Ooh, no, I get hella buzz from even a little bit. I can't. I'm such a lightweight, and then I got Neptune dealing with my first house. Hell nah, I can't even play those games. I stopped smoking too much. I hate a bunch too harsh. Yeah. Sonic can help. Yep. When will I start my spiritual warfare classes? I think I'm gonna start them in like, because I'm gonna be moving and stuff like that. So August, or I can do one in July. I think I'm gonna put the registration up, and then you guys can register for it. It's like a 3-hour class though. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, yep. I'm gonna talk about that in the video too, Nikki. Being careful who you smoke around as well too. That's the mistake that I made. I was smoking around low vibrational bitches, and they just wanted to take all my energy, like literally trying energy harvesting on me when we were smoking. Like, are you crazy? What's my take on anxiety? Sometimes it's your nervous system is like overactive, and you're like a channeler and things like that. So you're overstimulated, or that it could also be that your nervous system is short circuited from trauma or some type of abuse. Yep, they have bongs made out of crystal stone. Yep. Thank you, Jai. Is there a spell to make me smarter for school? No, but there are certain herbs and things that you can do for yourself. You're like, is there a spell to make me smart? Girl, if I had that spell, you know what they call it? It's called Adderall. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, there's certain things, herbs and things that you can take to help you concentrate even better and focus more in school and things like that. So yes. Yeah. And my drinks got spiked a few times. Drinking makes it easier for entities to take over. Yeah. Ooh, sent you straight to the bathroom. Yep. So much to learn. Goddamn. Yep. Yes, just still email me. I'm just gonna take that off my website so people don't get confused and be like, "Are you on hiatus or are you available?" I've been just trying. Yeah, so that's what we have here for the energy harvesting. Another that's another aspect too. The energy harvesting is if you're in taking in any type of spirits like drinking, smoking, any type of like acid or coke or whatever, crack, meth, whatever you like to do, that amplifies the energy harvesting. Especially if you're doing that when you're having sex with somebody, they want that. That's why a lot of the times the masculine can't get or the feminine can't get away from the karmic that they're debt catapult because they're tied even deeper because of this magic through the liver, through dysfunctional emotions. So yeah, it gets really deep. And then they start playing with those candles that are shaped like penises and vagina, and it's just over from there. Thanks, Cheryl. All right, y'all. You have to be very careful who you are when you are intoxicated. I learned that the hard way. You got to be very careful. That's why I haven't smoked around anybody for years. I can't. These bitches are a mess, man. And they be telling lies and shit like that. Ooh, don't. Energy transference 101. Whew. Stop. People ain't ready for that one. So, shrooms, yeah, that too. That's how that this one dude that I was the secret society friend, that's how he tried to put me into being a talent. Like he tried to get me put me in a ritual to use me to boost himself up. Like, ooh, I'm not even gonna start. All right, y'all. Um, you're welcome, Ayo Kali. Bye, you all. Thank you so much for joining. So I hope you enjoy this. Please, can someone timestamp when we started doing the Q&A so that other people can just go straight to the questions? Okay, yeah, the book club is fucking popping. I just put the set. Ooh, I just put like some audiobooks. I got my old flash drive. I got my old flash drive, y'all. This is a terabyte. It's one whole terabyte. This flash drive has all my spiritual writings, assignments, teachings, audiobooks, PDFs. I got all kinds of shit on here. And I found it. And I found this is worth more than gold right now. And I found it. So we really about to go off. I was like, damn, I really used to be on this tip. Okay. Anyways, y'all, have a good night. Is it a synthetic if it is a synthetic, it is a cheat sheet to awakening. Those so this is why I'm doing a channeling on my about that on my Patreon about psychedelics, DMT. Be careful with that DMT. Be careful with that ayahuasca, y'all. Be very, very, very careful. I've seen too many people lose themselves in that stuff. Be careful. Remember, too, we're living in a concrete jungle and our vibrations are lowered. A lot of people that can handle that are the indigenous people who their vibrational frequency of their DNA is in a certain level for many, many, many generations. Okay. Thank you all so much for everything that you do and for subscribing and for supporting me. I hope you enjoyed this channeling. Um, and you all have a good night. I'm getting addicted to reading your comments. I may go live later on tonight. Okay, no, I'm so tired. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing these classes. I'm gonna put the registration out so you guys can take the classes. I have 4 different ones, so I'm trying to figure out like the perfect schedule so I can do it in a consistent way, you know? Or maybe like they'll be pre-recorded. I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do it live, and then I'm gonna see what people think. Do you guys want to pre-record it, or I was gonna have it classes of 25. So then at the end of the class, we can all do a personalized Q&A, and then you guys get the recording of the class on top of the other movies or books and assignments that go with that specific class. So I'm just trying to figure out how to do it so that it's easiest for everyone. You know, my brother went crazy from DMT. Be careful with that shit. Is it okay to hit the wax pen occasionally, every now and then? Occasionally, every now and then. And I really just recommend that when you're going to go into ceremony or into deep meditation. All right, y'all. Have a good night, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.